Here, just off one of the main streets in the historic centre of Rome, lies a saint who has left a 400-year imprint on the education of children.
Bueno, bienvenidos a la casa de San José de Calasanz, a la casa madre de las escuelas pías.
Welcome to the house of St. Joseph of Calasanz and the mother house of the pious schools. St. Joseph Calasanz lived amidst the Counter-Reform from 1557 to 1648. And he brought to the Counter-Reform the great idea that the reform of the Church and the reform of society is done through the education of all. So he opened the first popular school for all in 1597 here in Rome, St. Dorothy's School. And afterwards he moved it into the middle of Rome so that the children could come more easily. And he bought this house in 1612. He lived here for 36 years, and here also he died. Also here he founded the pious schools for the fourth vow we have of teaching. He is the patron saint of children. And certainly, as he said, the majority of children are poor, and for that reason he chose also poverty and simplicity. This tomb was paid for by the Prince of Torlonia, but we have access to the simple tomb of Calasanz, which we're going to see now.
Back behind the altar is the original tomb.
Esta es la tumba sencilla de Calasanz, que nos inspira más.
This is the simple tomb of St. Joseph Calasanz. It inspires us more as to his spirit of poverty and simplicity. To work with children, he had to be simple. So this is his tomb, a simple tomb. Here in the corridor next to the simple tomb are paintings of the saints and blesseds of the Calasanzian family. These families include all of the spiritual groups that through the centuries have been born in the Church, having been inspired by the figure of St. Joseph, and thus carry his name. They are not of the purest order, but they carry his name.
He would have walked these stairs to reach the chapel and his room.
In this chapel, the order was founded. Here, Calasanz met with his true companions. But it was only in 1925 when we bought the house back. The paintings here are by a painter named Calasanz de Oro, while that one behind the altar is from the time of Calasanz and represents the pious schools, the schools of the Virgin of the Snows here at Rome's Basilica of St. Mary Major. And next to this was Calasanz's room, which he wanted here as the director of the school so he could keep track of the classes.
Esta es la habitación de San José de Calasanz.
This is the room of St. Joseph Calasanz, which is unique in all of Rome. When he died, they closed and locked the door. No one ever lived here but him. Here, all of his things were kept exactly as he left them. So this door is the same one the saint used.
Estos son los muebles que tiene en su habitación.
This is the furniture he had in his room. By the crutch, you can see how tall he was at 90 years old. These are all things an antique collector would enjoy, as they are of an extraordinary authenticity.
There
were so many objects there that some had to be put in these cabinets, as they didn't all fit so his room could be seen well. Here we have objects that St. Joseph Calasanz used, and the wealth of it all is impressive. In the middle, there are some reliquaries. After 100 years, when they beatified him, they found him incorrupt. These relics truly represent the spirit of the order. So what is the spirit of the order? Educating in love, teaching with patience, and with study and humility.
All of this exists as the testament to a life spent for the glory of God, for the good of children and mankind. Here at Rome's St. Joseph Calasanz Institute, the saint's legacy finds a home.
God can do great things. St. Joseph Calasanz understood the majesty of these words. In society in the 1600s, where children were often abandoned or weren't allowed to speak, Calasanz chose these children as the privileged object of his mission.